How are we doing? Case dismissed here. So I see through MG Dealers Lies Part 2. So the purpose of this video is to go into a bit more detail about what happened to me when I took my car to get repaired at an MG dealer. So do we remember this? The MG dealer is explaining that if MG do not fix customers' cars, he does not work for that company.
Telling
MG,
what? Telling people don't fix people's cars?
Telling you not to do that as a matter of course.
Mate, if MG were telling me not to fix people's cars, I would not work for MG.
It's on here.
Because I am not a crook.
Do you want to see it?
So yeah, I'm telling you now, if MG are telling people not to repair the car, that's fine. But I'm telling you, I'm not a crook, mate. If somebody's telling me not to fix a customer's car, which is defective, I will not work for that person. I have never...
Spoiler alert, they didn't fix my car, and afterwards they denied that there was any fault on it. I offered to show him the technical bulletin, the document from MG send to the dealerships when a repair is going to go ahead. So it's an instruction basically on how to fix that customer's car. The workshop manager's next sentence is, "I've never seen a document like that, nor have any of my staff." So he's denying the existence of this document, which they use as an instruction to repair the customer's car. But after that sentence, he then agrees with me on what parts they're replacing on my car. So he's contradicting himself. He's saying that document does not exist, but then his next sentence is referring to the parts that he's read from that document which is going to be fit to this car, which never happened. So it's the very same document. It's the very, very same document that he vehemently denies exists. So how much of a lie is this? This is why the video is called "I See Through MG Dealers Lies," because that's exactly what I'm doing. I can see that he's just lying to me, blatantly. Let's go through this technical document that the dealer denies exists, but the reality is it's the document that instructs the dealer to repair the vehicle. So it does exist, they did receive it, and denying that it vehemently that it exists is just complete lies and bullshit that I've been getting from this dealer generally. So technical information, EH32, that's the model name for the X-Power MG4. So we see here it's designed for all overseas markets. It's down for directors, technical departments, warranty departments and parts departments. So it says fault description. It doesn't say characteristic description, it says fault description. MG's own document, own words. When driving around 70 miles an hour or 110 km, the EH32 X-Power experiences a vibration sensation in the steering wheel and seat. However, not all X-Power models exhibit this vibration sensation. So therefore, it's not a characteristic because not all of them do it. If it was a characteristic, then all the vehicles would do it. So that's one point on the characteristic bullshit that they give you. Analysis. When the vehicle is running at high speed, the drive shaft acts as an excitation source. So they're saying there that the problem is a faulty drive shaft, causing body vibrations that are transmitted to the seat and steering wheel through the vehicle structure. So when the vehicle is running at high speed, the driving shaft acts as an excitation source. So that it's a faulty drive shaft, that's what they're saying there, causing body vibrations that are transmitted to the seat and steering wheel through the vehicle structure. So the vibrations are that bad, they transmit through the vehicle structure. So conclusion, adding a steering wheel damper can effectively solve the steering wheel vibration issue. Well, that is for the steering wheel only. And basically, a steering damper is a suspension for your steering wheel. So basically, adding a steering wheel damper can effectively solve the steering wheel vibration issue. Right, so basically they try to put a steering wheel damper on so that it fools you into thinking, because a lot of the vibrations come through the steering wheel, it fools you into thinking that they fixed the vibration issue when they've only hidden that issue by fitting the steering wheel damper. So it's taking the vibrations away from the steering wheel, but it isn't taking the problem away. So the engineering team has evaluated that the new suspension solution, this is the second part to this document, can meet the demanding customer's perception of vibration. So basically, what they're saying there is, the ones who don't believe that the steering wheel damper worked, because it's nothing to do with the steering wheel, they need to implement the suspension solution, which is what I'm going to go on and talk about. So, poor stock maintenance of vehicles during storage, long-term parking without movement can cause tyre flat spots, which can lead to intensified steering wheel and body vibrations. Well, there's nothing wrong with the tyres. So after sales inspection steps, check tyre pressure. After adjusting the tyre pressure to the recommended value, confirm if the vibration has disappeared. So that's the only check they do when they sell you a car. In fact, in my case, they didn't even check the vehicle over. That's another issue that I have with them. Test whether the road force of the tyre is qualified. If not qualified, replace the tyre with the road force qualified and confirm whether the vibration disappears. It's getting a bit technical for me now. I think they're trying to knock out the possibility that it's tyres, which it's never been tyres on this thing, so forget that one. And then add a damper to the steering wheel. Refer to number 5, after sales damper solution, and confirm whether the steering wheel vibration has disappeared. That's just the steering wheel. It's nothing to do with the faulty drive shaft. That could still be vibrating. So they're giving you a cheap solution to try fool you into that they've repaired the car, but the problem is still there. It's a faulty drive shaft. So for customers who still complain severely, that's like, for instance, me, about the vehicle vibration after adding the steering wheel damper. If further improvement in NVH is required, please refer to the suspension replacement and repair instructions in the service manual. Refer to number 6, after sales suspension solution. So this suspension solution is the parts that the workshop manager talked about when I questioned him on it, and I offered him to show him this document. So this part here is the steering wheel damper, which I'm going to sort of skip over because we know that it doesn't work. And then this part here is the after sales suspension solution. And look, again, they're just trying to avoid fixing customers' cars. This repair work requires high technical works and is recommended to be performed only for individual customers who have severe complaints. Now, if my complaint wasn't severe, I don't know what the fuck was. It is not recommended for after sales service campaign. So basically, they don't do this unless you give them a lot of jibber jabber. So parts involved. So that's a left hand mount, a right hand mount, a cross member, and a subframe. That's the parts that he detailed in his sentence after he told me that this is a load of bollocks. So here we go. That's a cross member with 2 motor mounts there, look. There's some other parts. It looks as though they're taking the motors off there and fixing them to the new suspension. There we go, complete new suspension there, which they're fitting. This is how serious this fault is, and the estimated cost of this is about 10 grand. So this is the reason why they're not doing it, and they're refusing to repair customers' cars. So there's a lot of work involved. It's basically an all new suspension on the car, and the whole reason they're refusing to do it, and then calling this, let's go back, calling this X-Power characteristic, when clearly their document says fault. It's a vibration solution. Now, you don't have a solution to a characteristic. Again, it's not in all X-Power models, so therefore it's not a characteristic because it doesn't happen in all X-Power models. It's just MG's bullshit. They do not want to pay to fix your vehicle. So that's the document that they vehemently deny exists. And if we have a look at one of my other videos, you see that they order these parts. I ring the parts department and those parts arrive. I give him the numbers, those parts arrive at the dealership. The parts arrived, but the repair was pulled. I believe this was stopped down to cost and possibly because of my YouTube content. And the ridiculous thing is, we've had a independent inspection that says that it's a fault. we've had the documentation that proves that it's a fault, yet the finance company and my bank, Lloyd's, say it doesn't have a fault, even though the evidence is there. All my YouTube stuff, the documents, everything is there, yet they still say this is a characteristic, so they don't have to pay out and fix your car. That's all it comes down to. That not all X-Power vehicles suffer with this vibration. So therefore, it's not a characteristic. If it was a characteristic, then all of X-Powers would suffer with this issue. And the other disturbing thing is, it says only repair people's cars, or customers' cars, only repair customers' cars if they strongly complain, or severely complain is their words. So that is disturbing. You know, they fit in these steering dampers to fool customers into thinking that they fixed the cars when the problem still exists. It clearly says it's a drive shaft excitation. So it's a drive shaft fault, it's a drive shaft problem, and that's why they're replacing the suspension to adjust the angle of the drive shaft. But the truth is there, but they're just bullshitting you and not fixing your car. Now, I paid £27,000 for this car. I paid a premium for their flagship vehicle at the time, and that's not what I got. So if you're going to buy an MG, the chances are your vehicle is not going to get fixed. So there we go, we've been through that document that the dealer denies exists. We've gone through the more detail about whether it's a characteristic or a fault. It clearly says it's a fault.